Good afternoon, everyone. Good afternoon, parents, students, families. We sure love our Universal Academy and we are proud to be part of this community. Welcome to the year 2020-21. It's a little different due to the virtual learning this year, but we are committed to excellence. We are following our 4 pillars of HES and we are making sure our goals are met this year. I have my team members with me. I'm going to introduce them to you. Miss Haneen Mansoor Faki, our assistant principal and curriculum coach, and Miss Rashida Tamim. She is our Title 3 ESL and tutorial coordinator, and Miss Mary Ali. She is our dean and family liaison. We have prepared a couple of presentations for you. Those are orientation videos. Please make sure you watch them. There are 3 different sets of videos, one for K through 2nd students, one for 3rd through 5th, and the third one is for 6th through 12th grade students. Your teachers have also introduced themselves. So those videos are pretty great accomplishment that we did last week. All our teachers did great job. They introduced themselves. They have the videos prepared for you, so make sure you watch it. And there is important information in those videos too. We have a slideshow, a PowerPoint slideshow that I'm going to start with. This is just a follow-up session. We will answer your questions after we are done with this presentation. It's a little short than previous ones. I already introduced my strong team to all of you. I just want to make sure that all of us are aware of our mission, which is to provide our students with quality education that focuses on the Michigan core curriculum and international culture, including the study of language and culture and history different than their own. We embrace to provide a well-rounded education and inspire and educate our students to instill in them the values of equity, respect, and understanding. We celebrate diversity, we employ professional certified staff, and we operate in state-of-the-art learning facility. Our commitment to excellence is our every year that's our goal, and we follow through with all the required compliance and everything according to the guidelines of our authorizer, Michigan Department of Education. We'll make sure we follow through with everything. Next slide, please. I'm just going to share with you a couple of things. We are very proud of our graduation rate. This is a comparison of Universal Academy's graduation rate with the similar schools in our area and state of Michigan. You can see our average is in green. That is way higher than the other schools in our area and even in Michigan. And we make sure all of our students graduate on time. When they come to our high school, we start following up with them with their educational development plan, and we make sure that they take all those classes that are required, and they pass all those classes, and they get the credits, and they are good to go for graduation. Next slide. We also have advanced placement classes in our school. And this is a comparison of Universal Academy's advanced placement classes with the similar schools and Michigan average. We have our certified teachers who teach those students those AP classes. We make sure that the students are ready to take the AP exam, which every year the students take in April. We also are sharing with you the comparison of post-secondary, college, or university enrollment of our students, because the state now has started following up with the students after they leave high school. They make sure the students are taking college or university classes. So our average is pretty high as compared to the schools around our area and Michigan. We make sure our students are already admitted to college or university of their choice when they graduate from us. And we also have them participate in any kind of scholarships or any kind of funds that they can avail, so that they don't have to pay for their college fees. Also, I want to make sure that we all are aware that attendance is really important in our school. We make sure every student is coming to school on time and following up with the coursework and with the classes. This is the comparison of Universal Academy with the other similar schools and the state of Michigan, how we track attendance. Our attendance is always 95% or higher, and we are really proud of our students who make sure that they are coming to school on time and they are following up with our guidelines. Since we have the virtual school now, it's a little different, but we are asking our students to be in class on time virtually. We have live sessions for elementary. It's 2 sessions per day, one in the morning, one in the afternoon. And for all the other subjects, 6 through 12, every single one of the teacher is having live sessions for first 2 weeks, every hour, so that the students get familiar with the teachers, they get familiar with the expectations, with the guidelines, and it's easy for all of us to follow through the course requirements. Our virtual learning plan for the first month is to go virtual for everyone. So all of the students are learning through Google Classrooms. And we are really proud to let you know that right now we have almost 200 classes in Google Classroom. All of the Google accounts were shared with all students in print form, which the students took home from the school. They drove by, they picked up their schedule, their username and password for Google accounts, and also the Chromebooks. So we made sure that everyone gets their Google accounts information before the school started on August 31st. We have distributed almost more than 600 Chromebooks to all of our students, and most of our students are being able to follow through with their class accounts, with their Google accounts, and they are being able to follow up with the teachers. So teachers worked really hard last week, and they made sure that they invite every student to their classes. I just want to make sure one thing is clear for everyone, that this year we are using Remind only to send messages to the students or the parents, but all the learning and teaching is taking place in Google Classrooms. So when the students are getting their username and password for their Google accounts, they will get the invites from the teachers in their email. And once they accept the invite, they should be able to go see the Google Classrooms. And everything is on the stream page laid out for everyone. So you are pretty clear about what to expect, what kind of assignments the teachers are giving, and how to follow through. Now I'm going to ask Ms. Fakir, our assistant principal and instructional coach, to to explain to you a couple of more slides about virtual learning for the first month.
Thank you so much, Mrs. Anjum. And I'd like to say assalamu alaikum to all our UA parents, students, and staff, and welcome to this 2021 school year. So Mrs. Anjum has touched base about all the plans that we have for this school year, and we are going to go a little in details about the plan, the virtual plan for the first month, since the first month is going to be online with the students. So if you can just go to the slide, the previous slide. Mm-hmm. Please, thank you. So all the students will follow their schedules and participate in live sessions with all the teachers during the first 2 weeks of school. As Ms. Anjum had mentioned, it is very important that the students attend those live sessions, because all the expectations and all the instructions and the assignments and the teachings will take place during those live sessions. So it is really, really very important for them to attend every live session for the first 2 weeks of school specifically. The elementary classroom teachers so kindergarten through 5th grade, will host 20 to 30 minutes live online sessions per day for the first 2 weeks of school. These sessions will prepare students to get familiar with the routines and the expectations that the teachers have and the school have for the school year. After the 2 weeks, they will host 20 to 30 minutes live sessions, AM session and a PM session per day, twice a week, and one will be pre-recorded session on Friday. So the first 2 weeks, they are required to attend every live session. After the 2 weeks and the students get familiar with the system and the expectations, they will be attending 20 to 30 minute live sessions per day, twice a week, and they will have to watch the pre-recorded on Friday. Now for our middle and high school students, the expectations are a little bit different. The middle and high school teachers, the 6 through 12 teachers, will go live every hour. So middle and high school students are expected to go in live with their teacher every hour they have on their schedule, per their schedule. The first 2 weeks, teacher will be available to students throughout live sessions, throughout their scheduled hours. So for the whole live session, the teacher would be there with the students. After the first 2 weeks, teachers will provide live modeling and teaching of the daily lesson for 15-20 minutes of that live session and allow the students to work on assignments for the remainder of the hour while the live session remains active. What does that mean? That means that the first 2 weeks of school, the teacher would be live with the students the whole hour, talking to them and guiding them and sharing all the expectations and the assignments and the teaching with them. After the first 2 weeks, the teachers will teach their lesson the first 15-20 minutes of the session. The live session will still be active and on, but the teacher will give the students time to work on their own on their assignments. And if they have any questions, they can come back. They can open their mics and talk to the teacher during that live session and ask their questions. Thank you, Mrs. Anjum.
You're welcome, Ms. Faki. Now, just like Ms. Faki has explained to you for students how they are going to participate in attending the school, it's really important that they are actively participating because all the district and state assessments for this school year are going to take place on time. So you have to make sure that you are learning every single day and you are following through with your teachers. We have given the teachers all the access to IXL for English, math, and science. And we also have learning A to Z for reading. So we want to make sure that our students are proficient in these core subject areas. As soon as we start the assessments, they are being able to participate in that. We do have district and state assessments just like every year. Last year from March till June, since we had the COVID-19 plan, we didn't go through those assessments. But this year, I want to make sure that everyone is on the same page. The first one that that is coming up is for grade 12 students, SAT examination. That's going to be taking place in school. Students will be asked to come to school. We will keep the social distancing and they will take the SAT because they did not take it last year in April. And our seniors have to take the SAT so that they can get ready for college admission and they can send their college applications to the colleges and universities with the SAT score. So once they take the exam, which will be on September 23rd, it's going to be a 3 to 4 hour assessment. After that, they will get the results in 6 weeks, and then they will start. And in those 6 weeks, they will start applying to the colleges and universities. That's the plan so far. Unless things change, we will let you know. We will notify you right away. But for now, all seniors, 12th graders, are assigned to take the SAT exam on September 23rd. Then we have our 10th and 11th grade students. Those 10th and 11th grade students have to take PSAT and an MSQT exam on October 14. that's already planned. So all 10th and 11th grade students, they will be coming into the building and taking the exam, because all these college board exams are paper and pencil. So you have to come to the building, and unless college board changes the way of uh, the assessments, for now, this is the plan. So make sure that you understand and you follow through, and that's why it's really important for you to get ready and prepared for your finals, for your assessment. Sorry. Our 8th and 9th grade students will be taking PSAT in fall, and that's going to take place on November 4. So all those 8th and 9th grade students, now starting from last year, it's a requirement from the state that all of our students from 8th till 11th grade, all of them take PSAT and SAT. So we make sure that they are ready for those assessments, and that's why they all take it in fall, like in September or October, and then they will be taking another one in April. So from fall to April, we will look at their scores, and where we will help them in mastering the skills that they need to master throughout this period of time. We also have district and state assessments, which is NWEA, Fontes and Penal. Because of the virtual learning, we will be conducting NWEA virtually, by giving the students access to NWEA assessment at home. So we will share with you all the details, but during the month of September, we will follow up with every student from grade K through 8 who will be taking the NWEA assessments. Other than that, we have, if I can see the slide a little bit bigger, we need to go back to the previous one, please. Okay, so we also, so far, just like I explained, district and state assessments are scheduled for the end of the year during the month of April. So students will be taking NWEA, MSTEP, SAT, PSAT, and Fortas and Penal, and end of the year assessments according to the calendar. So you can refer the calendar, the school calendar, which was given to the students and the parents with the orientation letter and with the Google account information. So please refer to that, and you will see that in the month of April, almost all of these students will be busy with the assessments. And I missed one, which is VIDA, which is really important assessment for our English language learners. They will be taking VIDA in April, actually in February. They will be taking VIDA. And right now, in the month of September and October, we will be assessing our new students who just joined us this year and all of our kindergarten students to take VIDA screeners. So we will complete that assessment during the month of September and October. And then next year, if the things are working well and we are being able to conduct all these assessments, students will be taking NWEA another time in January, VIDA assessment for ESL students, English language learner students, in February, NWEA again in June, MSTEP assessment for all 3rd through 8th and 11th grade students in April, PSAT and SAT for all 8, 9, 10, and 11th grade students. So everyone will be busy with all these assessments. If things work out well and the plans from the state are the same like they are right now, we will be conducting all these assessments. Now I'm going to ask Ms. Tamim, our tutorial ESL and Title III coordinator, to explain to you some of the services that we provide to our students.
Assalamu alaikum. My name is Mrs. Tamim. I'm really honored to be with you in this orientation 2021. And in this part of the presentation, I'm going to talk about the tutorial and ESL services and our mission at Universal Academy. So if I can see bigger, please, the slide. So our mission, the mission of tutorial and ESL department is to support the Academy's educational program and to provide proper individualized instructions and small groups to students in needs of tutorial and ESL services. Members of the tutorial ESL and ESL departments are also committed to have to make sure that all students they are safe at school, and we as educators, we believe that every child is capable of achieving better academic results if he or she receives the proper instructions within the necessary accommodation that meets the needs, the academic needs for those students. So we all know that students, they have different ways to learn. So we are here as tutorial and ESI services to make sure how that student, what is the best way to approach that student and their academic needs for that student. Why do we have support staff? Support staff, they are to provide support for our struggling students and to help students with differentiated activities and lessons. And what do I mean by differentiation? Differentiation, when the teacher is preparing that lesson, she or she is making sure that that lesson is accessible to the students. Okay, if I give the reading like to student A, okay, I'm gonna give to the advanced student like 700 words, but instead for the struggling students, I'm gonna give them only 200 words, but the content is the same. So all our teachers, they plan with the coaches, with the admins to make sure that they meet the needs, the academic needs for every student. And also we have the support staff. So we want to make sure that they increase the learning by giving students opportunities to practice skills and increase like expertise in the content areas of reading, writing, and math, because these are the main subjects, and it's really important to have them master those subjects. Now, what do paras and ESL teachers work with students on? So as I said previously, so the classroom teacher creates and share lessons and differentiated activities with the tutorial staff. And we have as HES, we use Rubicon. It's a program that HES use. And they have in that plan, in that lesson plan document, there is a section specifically done for the tutorial staff. That section, the paraprofessional goes to the lesson plan provided by the teacher and make sure that help the students specifically in that part. Whatever the student needs to master that content, so the para with like the help of all the admins and the help of me, so we make sure that the students understand the content of that. Also, the tutorial staff and ESL teachers, they are to provide scaffolding to meet the student needs, such as teaching key vocabulary, use study guide, direct reading, educational games, flashcards, and Arabic English translator. And as you know, many of you have witnessed and saw the paraprofessionals and ESL teachers, they were providing like live sessions with students individually and making sure that the translation is complete so those ESL students can understand what they're working on. And I guess that's all. If you have any questions, I'm really happy to answer.
Thank you, Ms. Tamim. As we have mentioned previously, we have a big population of ESL students, and we want to make sure that their needs are met. They are also showing growth in their academics, and we are really proud to report that every year our students, even though they don't show the proficiency, but they always show the growth which is a big support and help coming from all this support system that we have. Our ESL teachers, our interventionists, our paraprofessionals, and the teachers, everyone work together, and we make sure that all our students' needs are met.
Yeah.
I also want to make sure before we start to the next slide that you all understand that what we are doing here in school, this is all the planning that we have done from last couple of months, and I'm grateful for my wonderful staff, and also from our support center, from Mrs. Nawal Hamadi, Mr. Bazi. Everyone helped, and we made sure that our students' needs are met, and we don't have any gap. When we start with the COVID-19 issue back in March, it was all falling on us without any indication prior to.
Yeah.
So we had to work right away. We had to make sure that everyone is equipped with Chromebooks, everyone is getting the lesson plan done, all the teachers worked really hard, and all of our seniors, they were being able to graduate on time. All of our students were being able to go through the classes. We even had our virtual summer school. So we never stopped. Throughout that time, we never stopped. And this shows our commitment to our new generation. And we are really proud to be part of this community, that when we all work hard and we all work together, we know that we are upbringing a very strong next generation. Now I would like to have Miss Ali talk about some of the really important discipline guidelines which everyone needs to know. Since we are virtual, we need to make sure that all parents and students are aware of our expectations and our guidelines.
I'm sorry
Ms.
to
Ali?
interrupt, Mrs. Ali. May I just say one thing before we move on? Since Mrs. Anjum had mentioned previously all the testing, the standardized testing that these students have are required to do by the state. It is very important that those students take those testing really seriously, because this is how the teachers differentiate, and the ESL services are able to study the data that we receive from those standardized testing to be able to differentiate the activities, differentiate the lessons, and create activities that meet the students' needs. If those tests are not taken seriously, then we will not be able to provide the students with all the help they really need. So please make sure to talk to your student as well, that during those standardized testing, students need to be up and ready, awake, and have good breakfast and get ready to take the test in order to ensure student success. Thank you, Ms. Ali. I'm sorry to interrupt.
Thank you, Ms. Fakih. Thank you for clarifying that.
Thank you.
Assalamu alaikum, everyone. Inshallah, everyone is in good health, and hopefully we'll have a good year. Mr. Sharafuddin, if you don't mind making the screen a little bit bigger. Thank you. My name is Miss Ali. I'm one of the deans and family engagement liaison. Inshallah, today I'm going to be talking about discipline guidelines during virtual learning time. Students are expected to follow UA guidelines and expectations per parent, student handbook, and discipline rubrica. No chatting is allowed other than under the questions for teacher topic. Chatting should only be related to academic materials. No profanity will be tolerated. No sharing of personal pictures. Students are not permitted to stay in live sessions, take pictures, or record live sessions. This will not be tolerated, and disciplinary actions will be taken. Each student enrolled into Universal Academy has received a Chromebooks, from which to participate on online education activities sponsored by Universal Academies. Cameras and microphones will only be used by staff during specific lesson time blocks to facilitate students' engagement. I just wanted to talk about this area here with our guidelines. I'm going to talk a little bit in Arabic and English. First thing in Arabic, I'm just going to mention to the parents, أرجوكوا الأولاد بس يكونوا عم يدرسوا، الله يبارك فيكم، إذا فيهم يكونوا بمكان يكون فيه رواق وما فينا نسمع الولد بده يركز على الصف وما بدنا نسمع مثلا background noise أهل أو أخوات أو حدا، هذا بتأثر على المعلمة يلي عم بتعلم الصف، في أولاد تانيين غير أولادكم. تاني شيء بدنا نحكي مع الأولاد، الحكي يلي منه لازم والعيب ينحكى ما بينحكى، هذا الشيء ما نحن كتير ضده، ومن الأولاد تركز على هالشيء. I'm asking very kindly and patience. I know this is going to be hard for all of us, but when it comes to our students' education and time, it's very precious to us and our teachers. If we could find a place for our students or your children, a quiet place where there's no background noise, this will also help your child focus and also help the teacher that's also teaching not only your child but her other class, because disturbance like this does cause a disturbance in the whole classroom. This year and throughout the years before, it's extremely important that our students know for a fact that we will not tolerate if they start doing any conversations during their chat line in class about something other than academic, or if any profanity or any of that, that will not be tolerated and there will be consequences. Thank you, Mr. Sharafuddin. If I could go to the next one. Universal Academy will respect the choices made by the family of each student and will not utilize the Chromebook camera or microphone in means outside of this policy without seeking and obtaining the consent of the parents. Parents choose to assure or out by placing piece of tape over the laptop where the camera is, should ensure that the tape is fully blocked and blocks the image. It is important for parents to supervise their students using the laptop Chrome to ensure safe use of compliance with acceptable use of policy and use of agreement. It is very important that we ask our parents. I know a lot of us are busy and it's a teamwork. At the end of the day, we're all here to help you and for you to help us. It's very important that you keep an eye on your children to see what's going on. If you don't want the camera to be used, that is not a problem. A message should be sent to the teacher and let her know, or him or her. We'll be blocking the camera. My son or daughter is listening, but we don't want to use the camera. If you choose to turn off your camera and your microphone, you don't want that, please just message the teacher and let her know. Teachers will not override what you don't want. They'll know that you don't want this. If you do have problems with any of that, also message your teachers in private and let them know what's going on. It's also important to have respect for the classrooms, for your class and other classrooms. We strongly urge that our students stay in their own classrooms and not go into any other classrooms or do any of that. I wanted to thank you guys all. Inshallah, we have a safe and productive year, and hopefully we'll see you guys soon.
Thank you, Miss Ali. Thank you so much. We are open for questions. If you have any question, please feel free to ask. The students who have IEPs, that's a really good question. Yes, we have the resource room teachers and our other specialists. They will be following up with the students alongside with the classroom teacher and the course subjects. So our resource room teachers have already prepared their Google Classrooms. They are going to approach those students and call those students and following up with those students on individual basis next week. And they will ask them to join those Google Classrooms with the resource room teachers so that the confidentiality is taken care of. For the students who are going to stay online all year, there will be guidelines for them to follow through for the assessments. For the state assessments, we are not even clear right now how the state is going to require us to do the assessments. So we will just go by the day by day, I would say, and we will plan according to the state requirements. So for now, state has told us that there will be assessment this year, and we all have to prepare our students for it. We are open to questions if you have any more.
Yes.
Let us know how we are doing. Please don't hesitate to send us a comment, send us a text message, phone call, or an email. You know our email addresses, and you have the Remind app, which is the best. You can send a text message and we reply to you right away. This is the link for Remind, and also the school's website for admissions, and the school phone number and information where you can send us the emails.
Ms. Anjum, I just would like to emphasize again on the attendance. Attendance is really very, very important at this point. We need to make sure that students are attending all live sessions and are submitting their assignments on time. This is the only way we can actually report the student as present. Sending present in the morning through Remind or answering Google Classroom is not sufficient. We really expect all students to be up and participating in the live sessions and submitting their assignments online. Any student that has more than 10 absences, any high school students that will have more than 10 absences, credits will be taken away from that class. So please make sure you are attending and you are participating. It is very important for your success at the end of the year. Every assignment is important. We know that last year, as Mrs. Anjum had mentioned, that at the beginning of last year, when we moved to virtual, things were a little bit more lenient just because it was a surprise for everyone. Please be reminded that this year, everything is back to normal virtually. All assignments are counted. All assignments are graded. Your live sessions are required. So please make sure you follow through with the expectations.
Thank you, Ms. Faki. It's really important for all of you to understand, like we explained it to you before, elementary students have 2 sessions per day, and students are required to attend those 2 live sessions per day so that we can take attendance, morning attendance and afternoon attendance. And all the 6th to 12th grade teachers, they take attendance on hourly basis. When you show up to the live session, you participate, you complete your assignment. That's how we finalize that you were part of that class. If you just go in Google and under your attendance sheet, you just say present and leave the and after that you are nowhere to be seen, that doesn't mean you were present. And this year it's going to be different. By 3:15, if you complete your assignment, which your teacher has given to you as a classwork to work on during this session, if you don't finish it, this means that you are not participating and you were not being able to complete the assignment on that day. So previously, like we were giving the whole day, 24 hours, or maybe sometimes next day you would turn in assignment and teachers will take it. This year it's not going to happen. So this is the beginning. Today is only the 3rd day of school. You need to straighten up your act. You need to make sure that you are participating, actively participating in your learning. And teachers are working really hard, making all those plans, making all those activities, following up with all those online resources. We want to make sure that you get all the skills that you need to get to be successful. Also, and parents, I really need you to be part of this. Since before that, it was the school is taking care of your child and they were coming to school. We were teaching them. Now we are coming to your houses. We are in your home
Yeah,
you will be part of their education, and we really want our students to be successful. We don't want them to lacking behind for any reason at all. We have the resources, we have online resources, we have the Chromebooks, we have everything that the students need. There is no excuse now. Students have to take responsibility, parents have to take responsibility, we have to take responsibility and make sure we brought up this next generation in a successful way.
Thank you, Ms. Anjum. I also want to make sure that all students understand that every subject is important. Okay, music, art, physical education, any other elective is as important as the core subjects: English, math, science, social studies, and Arabic. Every grade is counted, and every grade makes a difference towards your GPA at the end of the year. So please make sure you follow through with every single class on your schedule, and make sure you complete all of the assignments and all of the requirements of all of your classes.
There was a question here how the teachers are going to teach at the same time when they are in building and there are students virtually learning from them. So we planned it in a way that the teachers have planning time, the teachers have time to record their sessions. There will be less live sessions once we go to our plan after September 30th. If we go to our plan for virtual and blended learning, at that time, our plan is that there will be 4 days of school, and the 5th day, Friday, will be just for the planning purposes. Teachers will be in the building. They will be planning all the sessions. They will be planning all the activities and all the plans, lesson plans for the upcoming week. So at that time, teachers will be preparing their recorded sessions. And we will have the support staff, our paraprofessionals, our ESL teachers, our interventionists, also working hand in hand with the teachers. So wherever the students need help, they will be able to come in and help them out. Any other questions you have?
I know also Ms. Ali spoke about the disciplinary expectations, but I also want to make sure we remind all students that taking pictures during those live sessions is not allowed. Please make sure that you follow all the live session expectations that the teachers will share with you and follow up, because we want to try to avoid any disciplinary consequences, but this is not going to be tolerated. So once you're on the live session, it's exactly like you are in your classroom. Behavior expectations are there, whether you're virtually or in the class. So please, let's follow our Academy's behavioral policy.
Thank you, Ms. Faki. And when we keep on saying that disciplinary action will be taken, that's only because it's not that we are trying to punish the student. We are making sure that the majority of the students who are coming into those live sessions to learn, their learning is not being affected by a couple of students who are just goofing around or trying to distract the class. Because at the end of the day, it's your responsibility to learn. The teachers have already prepared the lesson. They have already delivered the lesson. If you are not taking it in and if you're not learning it, it's going to be your fault. So you will have plenty of time after the sessions are over or after the school time is over to play around with your friends or to do whatever activities you want to do. But at that time, just concentrate on your studies, please. Okay, Miss Ali, Miss Tamim, do you guys have anything else to add?
No, I want our students to reflect. I've spoken to you many times in previous times. Before you say or do any kind of action, think, is this action going to benefit me, or if it's not? You have to think before you speak, think before you do that action, because it will have consequences. So please just take that time to reflect on your behavior or your types of words or your actions before you do anything. And I wish everyone the best.
Thank you so much, Miss Ali.
One more thing I want to add. If your child is struggling with any subject, please reach out to the school and to Ms. Anjam, and we will make sure that one of our staff, tutorial staff, that will be there to help that child. At the end, the goal is to make sure that the students are succeeding. And this is our mission at UA.
Thank you, Ms. Tamim.
We're all here to work together.
Yes.
That's very, very important.
Yes.
We need your help, the parents' help. And, we're all here to work together and hopefully get through this difficult time.
Thank you so much, Ms. Tamim, Ms. Faki, Ms. Ali.
Thank
We
you.
believe we have a very strong team at Universal Academy, and all of our staff members, no matter what position they are working in, they all are there for one only reason: students' achievement.
Yes.
When our students are being able to achieve the target, the goals that they set for them or we set for them, that's what the reward is for all of us.
Yeah.
We are really grateful for all of you for listening. And please don't forget to watch the other orientation videos too. There is important information shared with you, especially about Title I. So make sure you follow up with that. And your teachers also have their introductions. So feel free to watch all these recordings anytime when whatever is possible for you. Now we would like to conclude our session. Thank you so much for listening. We believe in your child, and we believe that your children will be successful citizens of this country. And we want to make sure that we will help them in any way possible. No matter what we have to do, we will do it. Thank you so much. Enjoy the rest of your evening. Bye.
Bye-bye.